Good morning, everybody. This is Donald Blomdahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles, coming to you live with another Thursday episode. This week, baseball team history of the Cincinnati Reds. All right, and then after we're done with the history of the Cincinnati Reds, I am hoping we can grip and rip into this box number 7 of 12 out of my hobby box case. See if we can find some more fire in there. But other than that, I might get going a little bit early here today, just so I can get things finished up at a decent time today. So if I do and somebody pops into the stream after I get started, I will apologize for starting early. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll hang out, see if anybody pops in here. Does show there are a few people hanging out, lurking about in the background. That's fine. I know people like to turn on the channel and just check things out. Hear me talk a little bit of history, and today will be the Cincinnati Reds. I'm only kind of a little bit shorter pressed on time today because some other things I got going on after lunch this afternoon. So we will play it by ear and see how things roll along. I see I got 3 thumbs up already. It shows 2 people watching. That's fine. If I don't have anybody that pops into the live chat, whoever is the first in the live chat while I'm doing the history lesson will get the free entry into the August drawing. Lucky, don't tell anyone I'm here. I'm lurking. Hello, Donald. Okay, I won't tell anybody you're here. Hopefully they don't look in the live chat, okay? I see you're here. I know. Don't tell anyone I am her. I am lurking. Hello, Donald. Here. I know you're here, Lucky. I see you. Thanks for popping into the stream there, Stanley. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully you're not overworking yourself like you always do. You're one of my faithful workaholics that usually can't pop in on the live stream and usually hops in on the stream when they get back from work or get home from work, whichever the case might be. But appreciate you stopping by when you can, when you catch me live. Appreciate that very, very much. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else to per se go over. Of course, you can probably see me in the cards here, these holographic Cincinnati Reds cards. I kind of set it up. You can kind of see 4 of me in here, so at least you can see me throughout the whole video today until I move these holographic cards when we get into the hobby box opening. No, I took the day off today. Oh, okay, that's why you're up and at 'em early in the day. I know you work late evenings, so I know that makes it difficult when you get home. I don't know if you when I used to work graveyard, I would pretty much when I got home from the graveyard shift in the morning, anywhere between 6 and 8 a.m., I would just be plumb tired. I'd get home from work and I'd just crash and go right to sleep, and then get up when I got enough sleep, usually mid-afternoon or so, and then I would just go throughout my day. But I only had to do that for about 1.5 years until I became a letter carrier at the post office and had a day job then. So that was that. So I know what it's like working late night shifts, especially when I spent the 20 years in the Navy. You do not get a life unless you're on vacation or on your time off. All right, so we've got almost 10:25 here. And Lucky, by the way, I almost forgot, spaced out, and you are the first and only first in the live chat, I usually try to sleep from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. But if there is an Indians game on, I watch it and lose sleep. Oh, I understand how that goes. Yeah, and because after today's game, Seattle has to travel out of town. We just had two home game series against Houston and the California Angels, and today is their last game. So they're playing at 12:30 this afternoon. So that's in about 2 hours. So I'm hoping the stream will go about 2 hours. So when I'm taking care of some different things this afternoon, I can watch the ball game before I have a friend of mine's coming over to help me with my lawnmower. I'm not mechanically inclined. I'm mechanically challenged. But he usually comes each year, and hadn't had a chance to do it yet this year. I was able to get the lawnmower to work a couple times, but then it just won't start up on me. So he said he could get it running because he took a class in small engines and stuff, so knows how to repair lawnmowers. So he'll get it up and running and up to snuff for the rest of the season here, which usually for us ends about September, maybe early October, and then I don't have to worry about cutting the grass till the springtime, because then it just gets too wet. Of course, today it did rain for us this morning, so I did not have to water the garden last night since it was supposed to rain today. But that's pretty much where I stand right now. Before I do get into my content at hand for today, the history of the Cincinnati Reds, we'll go at it right at 10:30 in case my 10:30 crew shows up. Just going to take a little bit of a swig of water here. Hopefully the things go good. I got my fan on low just to keep a cool breeze going on in my room. Does show I tried to cut until November because I hate raking leaves. I prefer to chop them up. Oh, okay. So yeah, we don't have a whole lot of leaves around here. We do get some, but yeah, that's what I do usually in the fall. Our fall around here starts in September. Sometime we've had a weird summer, so we might get an Indian summer. It might go into October, and if that's the case, yes, I like doing the things like that too. I will lawn mow the grass, and it'll pick up all the leaves in the yard and mulch it into the bag, and then I put it in the yard waste bin if I don't put it in our compost bin for our garden. But yep, so we've got about just under 3 minutes to go, and then we'll get into our history lesson for the Cincinnati Reds. Oh, I now I know what I wanted to ask you, Lucky. I sent you an email. Did you? I know you're in the tier on my channel member page to receive an item in the mail from me. Do you want me to send you those? Do you want me to send you your tier? You're in the $4.99 tier. So did you want me to send your baseball 3 Hall of Fame baseball player cards to you in the mail? Oh, you have maple trees in the backyard, and I used to have 4, but had 2 cut down. I don't blame you there. Sometimes too many trees, depending on the size of your backyard, can get in the way sometimes. I thought I sent you an email in regards to that, but never did get a response back, unless it didn't send the email to you. Okay, no, that's no problem. Just kind of wanted to make sure on if you wanted something for your channel membership. I know I only have 2 channel members, and the other person didn't want me to send him anything either. So that's fine. Just wanted to touch base and make sure I wasn't supposed to send you something for the tier you signed up for. So appreciate you being here. So we've got almost the time here to start our history lesson, and then as soon as my computator clicks over to 10:30, we will get into the Cincinnati Reds team history. Thanks. Oh, no problem there. Lucky. All right, I have 10:30 now. So just to keep up on my schedule, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go through. So I'm sure you'll be lurking about in the background there, Lucky. You don't have to keep commenting. I understand if it's just me and you. It does say 4 watching, so we might have a few other people just watching in the background. But let's get into the history for the Cincinnati Reds. The Cincinnati Reds are an American professional baseball team based in Cincinnati, Ohio. They compete in Major League Baseball as a member club of the National League Central Division. They were a charter member of the American Association in 1882 and joined the National League in 1890. The Reds played in the National League West Division from 1969 to 1993 before joining the Central Division in 1994. They have won 5 World Series championships, 9 National League pennants, 1 AA pennant, and 10 divisional titles. The team plays its home games at Great American Ballpark, which opened in 2003, replacing Riverfront Stadium. Bob Castellini has been the chief executive officer since 2006. From 1882 to 2019, the Reds' overall win-loss record is 10,599 wins to 10,393 losses, giving them a .505 winning percentage. So as far as the franchise history, the birth of the Reds and the American Association in 1881 to 1889. The origins of the modern Cincinnati Reds can be traced to the expulsion of an earlier team bearing that name. In 1876, Cincinnati became one of the charter members of the new National League, but the club ran afoul of league organizer and longtime president William Hulbert for selling beer during games and renting out their ballpark on Sundays. Both were important activities to entice the city's large German population. While clear his distaste for both beer and Sunday baseball at the founding of the league, neither practice was actually against league rules in those early years. On October 6, 1880, however, 7 of the 8 team owners pledged at a special league meeting to formally ban both beer and Sunday baseball at the regular league meeting that December. Only Cincinnati President W.H. Kennett refused to sign the pledge, so the other owners formally expelled Cincinnati for violating a rule that would not actually go into effect for 2 more months. Cincinnati's expulsion from the National League incensed Cincinnati Enquirer sports editor O.P. Kaler, who made 2 attempts to form a new league on behalf of the receivers for the now bankrupt Reds franchise. When these attempts failed, he formed a new independent ball club known as the Red Stockings in the spring of 1881 and brought the team to St. Louis for a weekend exhibition. The Reds' first game was a 12-3 victory over the St. Louis club, and after the 1881 series proved a success, Kaler and a former president of the old Reds named Justice Thorner received an invitation from Philadelphia businessman Horace Phillips to attend a meeting of several clubs in Pittsburgh with the intent of establishing a rival to the National League. Upon arriving in the city, however, Kaler and Thorner discovered that no other owners had decided to accept the invitation, with even Phillips not bothering to attend his own meeting. By chance, the duo met a former pitcher named Al Pratt, who hooked them up with former Pittsburgh Alleghenies president H. Denny McKnight, and together the three men hatched a scheme to form a new league by sending a telegram to each of the other owners who were supposed to attend the meeting, stating that he was the only person who did not attend, and that everyone else was enthusiastic about the new venture and eager to attend a second meeting in Cincinnati. The ploy worked, and the American Association was officially formed at the Hotel Gibson in Cincinnati with the new Reds charter member with Thorner as president. Led by the hitting of third baseman Hick Carpenter, the defense of future Hall of Fame second baseman Bill McPhee, and the pitching of 40-game winner Will White, the Reds won the inaugural Double-A pennant in 1882 with the establishment of the Union Association. Justice Thorner left the club to finance the Cincinnati Outlaw Reds and managed to acquire the lease on the Reds' Bank Street playing field, forcing the president Aaron Stern to relocate 3 blocks away at the hastily built League Park. The club never placed higher than second or lower than fifth the rest of its tenure in the American Association. The National League returns to Cincinnati. This took place in 1890 to 1911. Pop in the chat here real quick. All right, nothing new. Let me continue on here. So the Cincinnati Red Stockings left the American Association on November 14, 1889, and joined the National League along with the Brooklyn Bridegrooms after a dispute with the St. Louis Browns owner Chris Von Der over the selection of a new league president. The National League was happy to accept the teams, in part due to the emergence of the new Players League. This new league, an early failed attempt to break the reserve clause in baseball, threatened both existing leagues because the National League decided to expand while the American Association was weakening. The team accepted the invitation to join the National League, and it was also the first time that the team first shortened their name from the Red Stockings to the Reds. The Reds wandered through the 1890s, signing local stars and aging veterans. During this time, the team never finished above third place in 1897 and never closer than 10.5 games in 1890. At the start of the 20th century, the Reds had hitting stars Sam Crawford and Cy Seymour. Seymour's .377 average in 1905 was the first individual batting crown won by a Red. In 1911, Bob Pescher stole 81 bases, which is still a team record. Like the previous decade, the 1900s decade were not kind to the Reds, as much of the decade was spent in the league's second division. So Redland Field to the Great Depression in 1912 to 1932. In 1912, the club opened a new steel and concrete ballpark, Redland Field, later to be known as Crossley Field. The Reds had been playing baseball. Sam's Sports Shop is in the house. How you doing there, Sam? On the same site, the corner of Findlay and Western Avenues on the city's west side, for 28 years in wooden structures that had been occasionally damaged by fires. By the late 1910s, the Reds began to come out of the second division. The 1918 team finished fourth, and new manager Pat Moran led the Reds to a National League pennant in 1919 in what the club advertised as its golden anniversary. The 1919 team had hitting stars Ed Rush and Heine Gruhl, while the pitching staff was led by Ed Eller and left-hander Harry Slim Sally. The Reds finished ahead of John McGraw's New York Giants and then won the World Championship in 8 games over the Chicago White Sox. By 1920, the Black Sox scandal had brought a taint to the Reds' first championship after 1926 and well into the 1930s. The Reds were second division dwellers. Epa Rixey, Dolph Luke, and Pete Donahue were pitching stars, but the offense never lived up to the pitching. By 1931, the team was bankrupt, the Great Depression was in full swing, and Redland Field was in a state of disrepair. Championship baseball and revival from 1933 to 1940. Powell Crossley Jr., an electronics magnate, who with his brother Lewis M. Crossley produced radios, refrigerators, and other household items. But the Reds bought the Reds out of bankruptcy in 1933 and hired Larry McPhail to be the general manager. Crossley started WLW Radio, the Reds' flagship radio broadcaster, and the Crossley Broadcasting Corporation in Cincinnati, where he was also a prominent civic leader. McPhail began to develop the Reds' minor league system and expanded the Reds' fan base. The Reds throughout the 1930s became a team of firsts. The now renamed Crossley Field became the host of the first night game in 1935, which was also the first baseball fireworks night. The fireworks at the game were shot by Joe Rossi of Rossi's Famous Fireworks. Johnny Vandermeer became the only pitcher in Major League history to throw back-to-back no-hitters in 1938. Thanks to Vandermeer, Paul Derringer, and third baseman turned pitcher Bucky Walters, the Reds had a solid pitching staff. The offense came around in the late 1930s by the 1938 Reds, now led by manager Bill McKinney, were out of the second division, finishing fourth. Ernie Lombardi was named the National League's most valuable player in 1938, and by 1939 they were National League champions, but in the World Series they were swept by the New York Yankees. In 1940, they repeated as National League champions, and for the first time in 21 years, the Reds captured a World Championship, beating the Detroit Tigers 4-3. Frank McCormick was the 1940 National League MVP, and other position players including Harry Kraft, Lonnie Frey, Ivan Goodman, Lewis Riggs, and Bill Werber. Alright, let me pop in the chat here. I'm great. Hey Sam, happy Thursday. Alright, let me get a quick sip of water here, and we'll continue on with our lesson here. Alright. So 1941 through 1969. World War II and age finally caught up with the Reds. Throughout the 40s and early 50s, Cincinnati finished mostly in the second division. In 1944, Joe Nuxhall, who was later to become part of the radio broadcasting team at age 15, pitched for the Reds on loan from Wilson Junior High School in Hamilton, Ohio. He became the youngest player ever to appear in a major league game, a record that still stands today. Ewell the Whip Blackwell was the main pitching stalwart before arm problems cut short his career. Ted Kluszewski was the National League home run leader in 1954, and the rest of the offense was a collection of over-the-hill players and not ready for prime-time youngsters. In April of 1953, the Reds announced a preference to be called the Redlegs, saying that name of the club had been Red Stockings and then Redlegs. A newspaper speculated that it was due to the developing political connotation of the word red to mean communism. From 1956 to 1960, the club's logo was altered to remove the term Reds from the inside of the wishbone C symbol. The Reds reappeared in 1961 uniforms, but the point of the C was removed, leaving a smooth, non-wishbone curve. The tradition home uniform logo was restored in 1967. In 1956, led by the National League Rookie of the Year, Frank Robinson, the Redlegs hit 221 home runs to tie the National League record. By 1961, Robinson was joined by Vada Pinson, Wally Post, Gordy Coleman, and Gene Freese. Pitchers Joey J., Jim O'Toole, and Bob Perkey led the staff. The Reds captured the 1961 National League pennant, holding off the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants, only to be defeated by the perennial powerful New York Yankees in the World Series. The Reds had winning teams during the rest of the 1960s, but did not produce any championships. They won 98 games in 1962, paced by Perky's 23, but finished third. In 1964, they lost the pennant by 1 game to the Cardinals after having taken first place when the Phillies collapsed in September. Their beloved manager, Fred Hutchison, died of cancer just weeks after the end of the 64 season. The failure of the Reds to win the 1964 pennant led to owner Bill DeWitt's selling off key components of the team, and in anticipation of relocating the franchise. In response to DeWitt's threatened move, the women of Cincinnati banded together to form the Rossi Reds, to urge DeWitt to keep the franchise in Cincinnati. The Rosie Reds are still in existence and are currently the oldest fan club in Major League Baseball. After the 1965 season, he executed what may be the most lopsided trade in baseball history, sending former most valuable player Frank Robinson to the Baltimore Orioles for pitcher Milt Pappas and Jack Beltran, and outfielder Dick Simpson. Robinson went on to win the MVP and Triple Crown in the American League for 1966 and led Baltimore to its first ever World Series title in a sweep of the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Reds did not recover from the trade until the rise of the Big Red Machine of the 70s. Starting in the early 1960s, the Reds farm system began producing a series of stars, including Jim Maloney, the Reds pitching ace of the 60s, Pete Rose, Tony Perez, Johnny Bench, Lee May, Tommy Helms, Bernie Carbo, Hal McRae, Dave Concepcion, and Gary Nolan. The tipping point came in 1967 with the appointment of Bob Howsam as general manager. That same year, the Reds avoided a move to San Diego when the city of Cincinnati and Hamilton County agreed to build a state-of-the-art downtown stadium on the edge of the Ohio River. The Reds entered into a 30-year lease in exchange for the stadium commitment, keeping the franchise in its original home city. In a series of strategic moves, Howsam brought the key personnel to complement the homegrown talent. The Reds' final game at Crossley Field, home to more than 4,500 baseball games, was played on June 24, 1970, a 5-4 victory over the San Francisco Giants. Under Houseman's administration, starting in the late 1960s, the Reds instituted a strict rule. Got sidetracked there for a second. A strict rule barring the team's players from wearing facial hair and long hair. The clean-cut look was meant to present the team as whole as an era of turmoil. All players coming to the Reds were required to shave and cut their hair for the next 3 decades. Over the years, the rule was controversial, but persisted well into the ownership of Marge Schott. On at least one occasion in the early 1980s, enforcement of this rule lost them the services of star reliever and Ohio native Raleigh Fingers, who would not shave his trademark handlebar mustache in order to join the team. The rule was not officially rescinded until 1999, when the Reds traded for slugger Greg Vaughn, who had a goatee. The New York Yankees continue to have their similar rule today, though unlike the Reds during this period, Yankee players are permitted to have mustaches. Much like when players leave the Yankees today, players who left the Reds took advantage of their new teams. Pete Rose, for instance, grew his hair out much longer than would be allowed by the Reds once he signed with the Philadelphia Phillies in 1979. The Reds' rules also included conservative uniforms. In Major League Baseball, a club generally provides most of the equipment and clothing needed for play. However, players are required to supply their gloves and shoes themselves. Many players enter into sponsorship agreements with shoe manufacturers, but through the mid-1980s, the Reds had a strict rule that players were to wear only plain black shoes with no prominent logo. Reds players decreed that they considered it to be the boring color choice, as well as the denial of the opportunity to earn money through shoe contracts. A compromise was struck in 1985 in which players could paint red marks on their black shoes. Then the following year, they were allowed to wear all red shoes. All right, moving on now to the Big Red Machine. In 1970 to 1976. In 1970, the little-known George Sparky Anderson was hired as manager, and the Reds embarked on a decade of excellence with a team that came to be known as the Big Red Machine, playing at Crossley Field until June 30th, 1970, when the Reds moved into brand new Riverfront Stadium, a 52,000-seat multi-purpose venue in the shores of the Ohio River. The Reds began the 1970s with a bang by winning 70 of their first 100 games. Johnny Bench, Tony Perez, Pete Rose, Lee May, and Bobby Tullen were the early Red Machine offensive leaders. Gary Nolan, Jim Merritt, Wayne Simpson, and Jim McLaughlin led a pitching staff which also contained veterans Tony Cullinger and Clay Carroll and youngsters Pedro Bourbon and Don Gullett. The Reds breezed through the 1970 season, winning the National League West and capturing the National League pennant by sweeping the Pittsburgh Pirates in 3 games. By the time the club got to the World Series, however, the Reds' pitching staff had run out of gas, and the veteran Baltimore Orioles, led by a Hall of Fame third baseman and World Series MVP Brooks Robinson, beat the Reds in 5 games. After the disastrous 1970 season, the only season of the 70s during which the Reds finished with a losing record, the Reds reloaded by trading veterans Jimmy Stewart, May, and Tommy Helms for Joe Morgan, Cesar Geronimo, and Jack Bellingham, Ed Ambrister, and Dennis Meek. Meanwhile, Dave Concepcion blossomed at shortstop. 1971 was also the year a key component of the future World Championships was acquired in George Foster from the San Francisco Giants in a trade for shortstop Frank Duffy. The 1972 Reds won the National League West in baseball's first ever strike-shortened season and defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates in an exciting 5-game playoff series. then faced the Oakland Athletics in the World Series. 6 of 7 games were won by 1 run, with powerful slugger Reggie Jackson sidelined by an injury incurred during Oakland's playoff series. Ohio native Gene Tennis got a chance to play in the series, delivering 4 home runs that tied the World Series record for homers, propelling Oakland to a dramatic 7-game series win. This was one of the few World Series in which no starting pitcher for either side pitched a complete game. The Reds won a 3rd National League West crown in 1973 after a dramatic second-half comeback that saw them make up 10.5 games on the Los Angeles Dodgers and after the All-Star break. However, they lost the National League pennant to the New York Mets in 5 games in the NLCS. In Game 1, Tom Seaver faced Jack Bellingham in a classic pitching duel, with all 3 runs of the 2-1 margin being scored on home runs. John Milner provided New York's runoff Bellingham, while Pete Rose tied the game in the 7th inning off Seaver, setting the stage for a dramatic game-ending home run by Johnny Bench in the bottom of the 9th. The New York series provided plenty of controversy with the riotous behavior of Shea Stadium fans toward Pete Rose when he and Bud Harrelson scuffed after a hard slide by Rose into Harrelson at second base during the 5th inning of Game 3. A full bench-clearing fight resulted after Harrelson responded to Rose's aggressive move to prevent him from completing a double play by calling him a name. This also led to more incidents in which play was stopped. The Reds trailed 9-3, and the New York's manager Yogi Berra, a legendary outfielder Willie Mays, at the request of National League President Warren Giles, appealed to fans on left field to restrain themselves. The next day, the series was extended to a 5th game when Rose homered in the 12th inning to tie the series at 2 games each. The Reds won 98 games in 1974, but they finished second to the 102-win Los Angeles Dodgers. The 1974 season started off with much excitement as the Atlanta Braves were in town to open the season with the Reds. Hank Aaron entered opening day with 713 home runs, one shy of tying Babe Ruth's record of 714. The first pitch Aaron swung at in the 1974 season was the record-tying home run off Jack Bellingham. The next day, the Braves benched Aaron, hoping to save him from his record-breaking home run on their season opening stand. The commissioner of baseball, Bowie Kuhn, ordered Braves management to play Aaron the next day, where he narrowly missed the historic home run in the 5th inning. Aaron went on to set the record in Atlanta 2 nights later in 1974 season. Was also the debut of the Hall of Fame radio announcer Marty Brennaman, who replaced Al Michaels after Michaels left the Reds broadcast for the San Francisco Giants. With the 1975 Big Red Machine lineup solidified with the Great 8 starting team: Johnny Bench catcher, Tony Perez first base, Joe Morgan second base, Dave Concepcion at shortstop, Pete Rose at third base, Ken Griffey Sr. In right field, Cesar Geronimo center field, and George Foster left field. The starting pitchers included Don Gillette, Fred Norman, Gary Nolan, Jack Bellingham, Pat Darcy, and Clay Kirby. The bullpen featured Raleigh Eastwick with Will McEnany combining for 37 years, and veterans Pedro Borbon and Clay Carroll. On opening day, Rose still played in left field. Foster was not a starter, while John Kukovic, an off-season acquisition, was the starting third baseman, while Vukovic was a superb fielder, he was a weak hitter. In May, with the team off to a slow start and trailing the Dodgers, Sparky Anderson made a bold move by moving Rose to third base, a position where he had very little experience, and inserting Foster in the field. This was the jolt that the Reds needed to propel them into first place. With Rose proving to be reliable on defense while adding Foster to the outfield gave the offense some added punch. During the season, the Reds compiled two notable streaks. Huber's Cards and More, hi Donald Blomdahl, by winning 41 out of 50 games in one stretch, and by going a month without committing any errors on defense. In the 1975 season, Cincinnati clinched the National League West with 108 victories, then swept the Pittsburgh Pirates in 3 games to win the National League pennant. In the World Series, the Boston Red Sox were opponents. After splitting the 4 games, the Reds took Game 5 after a 3-day rain delay, and 2 teams met in Game 6, one of the most memorable baseball games ever played and considered by many people in the best World Series game ever. The Reds were ahead 6-3 with 5 outs left when the Red Sox tied the game on former Bernie Combo's 3-run home run. It was Carbo's second pinch hit 3-run homer in the series after a few close calls either way. Carlton Fisk hit a dramatic 12th inning home run off the foul pole in left field to give the Reds a 7-6 win and force a deciding Game 7. Cincinnati prevailing the next day when Morgan's RBI single won Game 7 and gave the Reds their first championship in 35 years. The Reds have not lost a World Series game since Carlton Fisk's home run, a span of 9 straight wins. 1976 saw the return of the same 8 in the field. The starting rotation was again led by Nolan, Goulet, Billingham, and Norman, while the addition of rookies Pat Zachary and Santo Alicia comprised an underrated staff in which 4 of the 6 had ERAs below 3.10. Eastwick, Bourbon, and McEnany shared closer duties, recording 26, 8, and 7 saves respectively. The Reds won the National League West by 10 games. They went undefeated in the postseason, sweeping the Philadelphia Phillies, winning Game 3 in their final at-bat to return to the World Series. They continued to dominate by sweeping the Yankees in the newly renovated Yankee Stadium, the first World Series game played in Yankee Stadium since 1964. This was only the second ever sweep of the Yankees in the World Series. In winning the series, the Reds became the first National League team since 1921 and 22 New York Giants to win consecutive World Series championships, and the Big Red Machine of 1975 and 76 is considered one of the best teams ever so far in Major League Baseball history. The 1975 and 1976 Reds were the last National League team to repeat as champions. And then, beginning the 1970 National League pennant, the Reds beat either of the 2 Pennsylvania-based clubs, the Philadelphia Phillies or the Pittsburgh Pirates, to win their pennants. The Pirates in 1970, 72, 75, and 80, and the Phillies in 1976, making the Big Red Machine part of the rivalry between the 2 Pennsylvania teams. In 1979, Pete Rose added further fuel in the Big Red Machine, being part of the rivalry when he signed with the Phillies and helped them win their first World Series championship. in 1980. Pop in a chat here. Sam, what happened to your live for 100 subs? All right. Let me get a sip of water real quick here before I continue on with the machine dismantled in 1977 through 1989. Oh, sorry about that. My phone hit the camera. So the latter years of the 1970s brought turmoil and change. Popular Tony Perez was sent to Montreal after the 1976 season, breaking up the Red Machine's starting lineup. Manager Sparky Anderson and general manager Bob Halsam later considered this trade the biggest mistake of their careers. Starting pitcher Don Gillette left via free agency and signed with the New York Yankees. In an effort to fill that gap, a trade with the Oakland A's for starting ace Vida Blue was arranged during the 76 and 77 offseason. However, Bowie Kuhn, the commissioner of baseball, vetoed the trade for the stated reason of maintaining competitive balance in baseball. Some have suggested that the actual reason had more to do with Kuhn's continued feud with the Oakland A's owner Charlie Finley on June 15, 1977. The Reds acquired Mets franchise pitcher Tom Seaver for Pat Zachary, Doug Flynn, Steve Henderson, and Dan Norman, and other deals that proved to be less successful. The Reds traded Gary Nolan to the Angels for Craig Hendrickson, and Raleigh Eastwick to St. Louis for Doug Capelli, and Mike Caldwell to Milwaukee for Rick O'Keefe and Gary Pica, and got Rick Auerbach from Texas. The end of the Big Red Machine era was heralded by the replacement of general manager Bob Halsam and Dick Wagner. In Rose's last season as a Red, he gave baseball a thrill as he challenged Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak, tying for the second longest streak ever at 44. The streak came to an end in Atlanta after striking out in his fifth at-bat in the game against Gene Garber. Rose also earned his 3,000th hit that season, on his way to becoming baseball's all-time hits leader when he joined the Reds in the mid-'80s. The year also witnessed the only no-hitter of Hall of Fame pitcher Tom Seaver's career, coming up against the St. Louis Cardinals on June 16, 1978. After the 1978 season, two straight second-place finishes, Wagner fired manager Anderson, an unpopular move, and Pete Rose, who since 1963 had played almost every position for the team except pitcher, shortstop, and catcher, signed with Philadelphia as a free agent. By 1979, the starters were bench catching Dan Dressen first base, Morgan second base, Concepcion shortstop, Ray Knight third base, with Griffey, Foster, and Geronimo again in the outfield. Do a refresh here on the chat. All right, the pitching staff had experienced a complete turnover since 1976, except for Fred Norman. In addition to ace starter Tom Seaver, the remaining starters were Mike Lacoste, Bill Bonham, and Paul Musca. In the bullpen, only Bourbon had remained. Dave Tomlin and Mario Soto worked middle relief, with Tom Hume and Doug Blair closing. The Reds won the 1979 National League West behind the pitching of Tom Seaver, but were displaced in the National League playoffs by Pittsburgh. Game 2 featured a controversial play in which a ball hit by Pittsburgh's Phil Garner was caught by Cincinnati outfielder Dave Collins, but was ruled a trap, setting the Pirates up to take a 2-1 lead. The Pirates swept the series 3-0 and went on to win the World Series against the Baltimore Orioles. The 1981 team fielded a strong lineup, but with only Concepcion, Foster, and Griffey retaining their spots from 1975 and 1976. After Johnny Bench was able to play only a few games at catcher for each year after the 1980, due to ongoing injuries, Joe Nolan took over as starting catcher. Dreisen and Bench shared first base, and Knight starred at third. Morgan and Geronimo had been replaced at second base and center fielder by Ron Oster and Dave Collins. Mario Soto posted a banner year, starting on the mound, only surpassed by the outstanding performance of Seaver's Cy Young runner-up season. Lacasse, Bruce Barron, Benny, and Frank Pastore rounded out the starting rotation. Hume again led the bullpen as closer, joined by Blair and Joe Price. In 1981, Cincinnati had the best overall record in baseball, but they finished second in the division in both the half seasons and were created after a mid-season players' strike and missed the playoffs. To commemorate this, a team photo was taken, accompanied by a banner that read baseball's best record in 1981. By 1982, the Reds were a shell of the original Red Machine. They lost 101 games that year. Johnny Bench, after an unsuccessful transition to third base, retired a year later. After the heartbreak of 1981, general manager Dick Wagner pursued the strategy of ridding the team of veterans, including third baseman Knight and the entire starting outfield of Griffey, Foster, and Collins. Bench, after being able to catch only 7 games in 1981, was moved from platooning at first base to the starting third baseman. Alex Trevino became the regular starting catcher. The outfielder was staffed with Paul Householder, Cesar Cedeno, and future Colorado Rockies and Pittsburgh Pirates manager Clint Hurdle on opening day. Hurdle was an immediate bust, and rookie Eddie Milner took his place in the starting outfield early in the year. The highly touted Householder struggled throughout the year despite extensive playing time. Cedeno, while providing steady veteran play, was a disappointment and was unable to recapture his glory days with the Houston Astros. The starting rotation featured the emergence of a dominant Mario Soto and featured strong years by Pastore, Bruce, Benry, but Seaver was injured all year, and their efforts were wasted without a strong offensive lineup. Tom Hume was still led the bullpen along with Joe Price, but the colorful Brad Animal Leslie was unable to consistently excel, and former All-Star Jim Kern was a big disappointment. Kern was also publicly upset over having to shave off his prominent beard to join the Reds, and helped force the issue of getting traded during mid-season by growing it back. The season also saw the mid-season firing of manager John McNamara, who was replaced as skipper by Russ Nixon. The Reds fell to the bottom of the Western Division for the next few years, and after 1982 season, Seaver was traded back to the Mets. The year 1983 found Dan Blaradello behind the plate, Bench returning to part-time duty at first base, and rookies Nick Askey taking over at third base, and Gary Radu taking over from Cedeno. Tom Hume's effectiveness as a closer had diminished, and no other consistent relievers emerged. Dave Concepcion was the sole remaining starter of the Big Red Machine era. Wagner's tenure ended in 1983 when Hausman, the architect of the Big Red Machine, was brought back. The popular Hausman began his second term as Reds general manager by signing Cincinnati native Dave Parker as a free agent from Pittsburgh. In 1984, the Reds began to move up, depending on trades and some minor leaguers. In the season, Dave Concepcion, and Tony Perez were in Cincinnati uniforms. In August 1984, Pete Rose was reacquired and hired to be the Reds player manager after raising the franchise from the grave. Hausman gave way to the administration of Bill Birch, who attempted to build the team around a core of highly regarded young players in addition to veterans like Parker. However, he was unable to capitalize on the excess of young and highly talented position players, including Kurt Stillwell, Tracy Jones, and Cal Daniels, by trading them for pitching. Despite the emergence from Tom Browning as Rookie of the Year in 1985 when he won 20 games, the rotation was devastated by the early demise of Mario Soto's career to arm injury. Under Birch, from 1985 to 1989, the Reds finished second 4 times. Among the highlights, Rose became the all-time hits leader. Tom Browning threw a perfect game. Eric Davis became the first player in baseball history to hit at least 35 home runs and steal 50 bases. And Chris Sable was the 1988 National League Rookie of the Year. The Reds also had a bullpen star in John Franco, who was with the team from 1984 to 1989. Rose once had Concepcion pitch late in a game at Dodger Stadium following the release of the Dowd report, which accused Rose for betting on baseball games. In 1989, Rose was banned from baseball by Commissioner Bart Giamatti, who declared Rose guilty of conduct detrimental to baseball. Controversy also swirled around Reds owner Margie Schott, who was accused several times of ethnic and racial slurs. Right, next we have the World Championship and the end of an era in 1990 to 2002. Okay. It says in 1987, General Manager Birch was replaced by Murray Cook, who initiated a series of deals that would finally bring the Reds back to the championship, starting with the acquisition of Danny Jackson and Jose Rijo. An aging Dave Parker was let go after a revival of his career in Cincinnati following the Pittsburgh drug trials. Barry Larkin emerged as the starting shortstop over Kurt Stillwell, who, along with reliever Power, was traded for Jackson. In 1989, Cook was succeeded by Bob Quinn, who put the final pieces of the championship puzzle together with the acquisitions of Hal Morris, Bill Hatcher, and Randy Myers. Right. Kevin's car collecting and more. Good morning, Donald. Thought I saw the chat move in there a second ago. In 1990, the Reds under new manager Lou Piniella shocked baseball by leading the National League West from wire to wire. Winning their first 9 games, they started off 33-12 and maintained their lead throughout the year, led by Chris Sabo, Barry Larkin, Eric Davis, Paul O'Neill, and Billy Hatcher in the field, and by Jose Rijo, Tom Browning, and the Nasty Boys of Rob Dibble, Norm Charlton, and Randy Myers on the mound. The Reds took out the Pirates in the NLCS, and the Reds swept the heavily favored Oakland Athletics in 4 straight and extended the Reds' winning streak in the World Series to 9 consecutive games. The World Series, however, saw Eric Davis severely bruised a kidney diving for a ball in Game 4, and he was His play was greatly limited the next year. In winning the World Series, the Reds became the only National League team to go wire to wire. In 1992, Quinn was replaced in the front office by Jim Bowden. On-the-field manager Lou Piniella wanted outfielder Paul O'Neill to be a power hitter to fill the void Eric Davis left when he was traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers in exchange for Tim Belcher. However, O'Neill only hit .246 and 14 homers. The Reds returned to winning after a losing season in 1991, but 90 wins was only enough for second place behind the division-winning Atlanta Braves. Before the season ended, Piniella got into an altercation with reliever Rob Dibble. In the offseason, Paul O'Neill was traded to the New York Yankees for outfielder Roberto Kelly. Kelly was a disappointment for the Reds over the next couple of years, while O'Neill blossomed, leading a downtrodden Yankees franchise to a return to glory. Also, the Reds would replace their Big Red Machine era uniforms in favor of a pinstriped uniform with no sleeves. For the 1999 season, Piniella was replaced by fan favorite Tony Perez, but he lasted only 44 games in the helm, replaced by Davey Johnson. With Johnson steering the team, the Reds made steady progress. In 1994, the Reds were in the newly created National League Central Division with the Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, as well as fellow rivals Pittsburgh Pirates and Houston Astros. By the time the strike hit, the Reds finished a half game ahead of the Astros for first place in the National League Central. By 1995, the Reds won the division thanks to most valuable player Barry Larkin after defeating the National League West champion Dodgers in their first NLDS since 1981 when they lost to the Atlanta Braves. Team owner Marty Scott announced mid-season that Johnson would be gone by the end of the year, regardless of outcome, to be replaced by former Reds third baseman Ray Knight. Johnson and Scott had never gotten along, and she did not approve of Johnson living with his fiancée before they were married. In contrast, Knight, along with his wife, professional golfer Nancy Lopez, were friends of Scott. The team took a dive under Knight, and he was unable to complete 2 full seasons as manager, subject to complaints in the press about his strict managerial style. In 1999, the Reds won 96 games, led by manager Jack McKeon, but lost to the New York Mets in a 1-game playoff. Earlier that year, Schott sold controlling interest in the Reds to Cincinnati businessman Carl Linder. Despite an 85-77 finish in 2000 and being named 1999 National League Manager of the Year, McKeon was fired after the 2000 season, and the Reds did not have another winning season until 2010. Right, next up the bat here we have the contemporary era, 2003 to the present. Hold on a second here. I got a little itchy top on my head. I'm not used to wearing my hat this early because I've got the camera on me. I can see you guys and you guys can see me. All right, so Riverfront Stadium, by then known as Synergy Field, was demolished in 2002. Great American Ballpark opened in 2003 with high expectations for a team led by local favorites including outfielder Ken Griffey Jr., shortstop Barry Larkin, and first baseman Sean Casey. Although attendance improved considerably with the new ballpark, the team continued to lose. Schott had not invested much of the farm system since the early 1990s, leaving the team relatively thin on talent. After years of promises that the club was rebuilding toward the opening of the new ballpark, General manager Jim Bowden and manager Bob Boone were fired on July 28th. This broke up the father-son combo manager of Bob Boone and third baseman Aaron Boone, and Aaron was soon traded to the New York Yankees. Tragedy struck in November when Darnell Stenson, a promising young outfielder for the Reds, was shot and killed during a carjack. Following the season, Dan O'Brien was hired as the Reds' 16th general manager. The 2004 and 2005 seasons continued the trend of big hitting, poor pitching, poor records. Griffey Jr. joined the 500 club in 2004, but was again hampered by injuries. Adam Dunn emerged as consistent home run hitter, including a 535-foot home run against Jose Lima. He also broke the major league record for strikeouts in 2004. Although the number of free agents were signed before 2005, the Reds were quickly in last place, and manager Dave Miley was forced out in the 2005 mid-season and replaced Jerry Narron. Like many other small market clubs, the Reds dispatched some of their veteran players and began entrusting their future to a young nucleus that included Adam Dunn and Austin Kearns. Late summer 2004 saw the opening of the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. The Reds Hall of Fame had been in existence in name only since the 1950s, with players' plaques, photos, and other memorabilia scattered throughout their front offices. Owners and management desired a standalone facility where the public could walk through interactive displays, see locker room recreations, watch videos of classic Reds moments, and peruse historical items. The first floor houses a movie theater, which resembles an older ivy-covered brick ball yard. The hallways contain many vintage photographs. The rear of the building features a 3-story wall containing a baseball for every hit Pete Rose had during his career. The third floor contains interactive exhibits using a pitcher's mound, radio booth, and children's area, where the fundamentals of baseball are taught through videos featuring former Reds players. Robert Castellini took over as controlling owner from Linder in 2006. Castellini promptly fired general manager Dan O'Brien and hired Wayne Krivitsky. The Reds made a run for the playoffs but ultimately fell short. The 2007 season was again mired in mediocrity. Midway through the season, Jerry Narron was fired as manager and replaced by Pete McCannon. The Reds ended up posting a winning record under McCannon, but finished the season in 5th place in the Central Division. McCannon was manager in an interim capacity only, and the Reds, seeking a big name to fill the spot, ultimately brought in Dusty Baker. Early in 2008 season, Krivitsky was fired and replaced by Walter Jocketty. Though the Reds did not win under Krivitsky, he is credited with revamping the farm system and signing young talent that could potentially lead the Reds to success in the future. The Reds failed to post winning records in both 2008-2009. In 2010, with NL MVP Joey Votto, Gold Glovers Brandon Phillips, Scott Rowland, and the Reds posted a 91-71 record and were National League Central champions. The following week, the Reds became only the second team in MLB history to be no-hit in a postseason game when Philadelphia's Roy Halladay shut down the National League's #1 offense in Game 1 of the NLDS. The Reds lost in the three-game sweep of the MLDS to Philadelphia. After coming off their surprising 2010 National League Division title, the Reds fell short of many expectations for the 2011 season. Multiple injuries and consistent starting pitching played a big role in their midseason collapse, along with less productive offense as compared to the previous year. The Reds ended the season at 79 and 83, and the Reds won the 2012 National League Central Division title on September 28th. Homer Bailey threw a 1-0 no-hitter against the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park. This was the first Reds no-hitter since Tom Browning's perfect game in September of 1988 season. Finishing with a 97 and 65 record, they earned the second seed in the division series and a matchup with the eventual World Series champion San Francisco Giants. After taking a 2-0 lead with road victories at AT&T Park, they headed home looking to win the season. However, they lost three straight at their home ballpark to become the first National League team since the Cubs in 1984 to lose a division series after leading 2-0. In the offseason, the team traded outfielder Drew Stubbs as part of a 3-team deal with Arizona Diamondbacks and Cleveland Indians to the Indians, and in turn received right fielder Shin-Soo Choo. On July 2nd, 2013, Homer Bailey pitched a no-hitter against the San Francisco Giants for a 4-0 Reds victory, making Bailey the third pitcher in Reds history to complete 2 complete game no-hitters in their career. Following 6 consecutive losses to close out the 2013 season, including a loss to the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park in the National League wildcard playoff, the Reds decided to fire Dusty Baker during his 6 years as manager. Baker led the Reds to the playoffs 3 times, however, they never advanced beyond the first round. On October 22, 2013, the Reds hired pitching coach Brian Price to replace Baker as manager. Under Brian Price, the Reds were led by pitchers Johnny Cueto and the hard-throwing Cuban Aroldis Chapman, while the offense was led by all-star third baseman Todd Frazier, Joey Votto, and Brandon Phillips. Although with plenty of star power, the Reds never got off to a good start, and ending the season in lowly 4th place, the division to go along with a 76 and 86 record. During the offseason, the Reds pitchers Alfredo Simon to the Tigers and Matt Latos to the Marlins. In return, they acquired young talents such as Eugenio Suarez and Anthony Descafini. They also acquired veteran slugger Myron Bird from the Philadelphia Phillies to play left field. The Reds' 2015 season, Jason VT Sports Guy. Hey, what's up? Nice to have you in with us, Jason. Sorry, I'm almost done my history lesson here, and then we'll get into opening up this hobby box here. All right, the Reds' 2015 season wasn't much better as they finished with the second worst record in the league with a 64 and 98, their worst finish since 1982. The Reds were forced to trade star pitchers Johnny Cueto to the Kansas City Royals and Mike Leake to the San Francisco Giants, receiving minor league pitching prospects for both. Shortly after the season's end, the Reds traded Home Run Derby champion Todd Frazier to the Chicago White Sox and closing pitcher Aroldis Chapman to the New York Yankees. In 2016, the Reds broke the then record for home runs allowed during a single season. The Reds held this record until 2019 season when it was broken by the Baltimore Orioles. The previous record holder was the 1996 Detroit Tigers with 241 long balls yielded to opposing teams. The Reds went 68-94, and again were one of the worst teams in the Major League Baseball. The Reds traded outfielder Jay Bruce to the Mets just before July 31st. Non-waiver deadline in exchange for two prospects, infielder Dilson Herrera and pitcher Max Wotel. During the offseason, the Reds traded Brandon Phillips to the Atlanta Braves in exchange for two minor league pitchers. Now we have just one small section to finish up and we'll be done. Ballparks. All right. The Cincinnati Reds played their home games at Great American Ballpark, located at 100 Nuxhall Way in downtown Cincinnati. Great American Ballpark opened in 2003 at a cost of $290 million and has a capacity of 42,271. Along with serving as the home field for the Reds, the stadium also holds the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame was added as part of the Reds tradition, allowing fans to walk through the history of the franchise as well as participating in many interactive baseball features. The Great American Ballpark is the seventh home of the Cincinnati Reds, built immediately to the north of the site in which Riverfront Stadium, later named Synergy Field, once stood. The first ballpark the Reds occupied was Bank Street grounds from 1882 to 1883 until they moved to League Park in 1884, where they would remain until 1893. Through the late 1890s and the early 1900s decade, the Reds moved to two different parks where they stayed for less than 10 years. League Park 2 was the third home field for the Reds from 1894 to 1901, and then moved to the Palace of the Fans, which served as the home of the Reds from in the 1910s. It was in 1912 that the Reds moved to Crossley Field, which they called home for 58 years. Crossley served as the home field for the Reds for 2 World Series titles and 5 National League pennants, beginning June 30th, 1970, and during the dynasty of the Big Red Machine. The Reds played in Riverfront Stadium, approximately named due to its location rightly by the Ohio River. Riverfront saw 3 World Series titles and 5 National League pennants. It was the late 1990s that the city agreed to build 2 separate stadiums on the riverfront for the Reds and the Cincinnati Bengals. Thus, in 2003, the Reds began a new era with the opening of the current stadium. The Reds hold their spring training in Goodyear, Arizona at Goodyear Ballpark. The Reds moved into this stadium and the Cactus League in 2010 after staying in the Grapefruit League for most of their history. The Reds share Goodyear Park with their rivals in Ohio, the Cleveland Indians. So there you have it, the team history for the Cincinnati Reds. So I see we do have 5 people watching, but I'm pulling out the stops today. I'm going to go ahead and open up this hobby box number 7 of 12 and see what kind of heat hopefully we can pull out of this box. Maybe we'll finally find an autograph. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. You never know. So let me get things back in order here. Refresh my chats so I know where I left off. And then I will reposition things here in just a second to get everything ready. Let me put these Cincinnati Red logo cards away so we have our stands for the hobby box opening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. You probably couldn't see these as well. If I can get the little Cincinnati Red hologram to show up better on the camera here, that would be awesome. But let me just I'm going to do a double refresh on my screens because I think everything else is lagging behind. Let me put these hologram cards away for now, and then kind of reposition my stands here. All right, so we've got a spot don't want it too close. Actually, I got to make space here for the box, because I'll set the box off. Let's see. I gotta move this over. Sorry. I'm gonna mark these spots where I need to put these stands at one point in the future. That way I can have the box over here. There we go. Now we can get most of the box in there. So without further ado, I'm gonna just pull this aside for now. Okay. Kind of get enough rippage there. Get this plastic off of the box, and we will see what we can find in this hobby box. Still working on my rainbow foil collection, my turkey collection, and things of that nature. So let me get this all popped up into place. There's our silver pack for our that's right. In the hobby pack we get the mojos. I was wondering, wow, that's not hard, not heavy enough. But I forgot. We get the 4 mojo cards in the hobby packs. You guys want me to do the mojo pack first or last? I'll take feedback from the viewers. You want me to open up the mojo pack now? Or do you want me to wait? See if I get anybody. Feels like we were all in a house of mirrors. Thanks there, Kevin. There, now we're not in a house of mirrors. You won't. You could see 4 of me inside the hologram cards, right? I just wanted to add that as, and I figured somebody might comment on it. But so do you guys want me to open the hobby exclusive pack now, or do you want me to wait? I do have a few people in the live stream here. Should I just 1 or 2 people comment here first or last for the mojo cards in the hobby pack? Just kind of curious. If I don't get no feedback, we'll save it for the end. Okay, so save it for last. All right, thanks there, Lucky. All right, I will take my suggestion from my channel member Lucky and Kevin's card collecting and more at last. So this is I have fun with these hobby boxes, but what I have noticed is with the collation for tops, they need to work on this a little bit more. But I'm sure they have a reason for doing it, but just so you do know. So on the second stack, the second pack down of each stack is where the 20-30 cards are. Okay, the bottom pack in this corner right here is where the short print card's gonna show up. Okay, so I know I got at least 6 more short print cards to go. All right, so kind of remember that when we go through the box here. Okay, so the second pack down in each stack, each one will have a 20-30 card in it. Here, I'm gonna put this up here. Don't let me forget that silver pack back there. Okay, so and the order I go in is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just work my way down the box. Okay, so without further ado, it is 11:42. Let's start gripping and ripping these cards. See what we can find. So again, these first 4 packs should be basically base cards for the most part, and we will get a few inserts throughout the whole process. So since I've gone through 6 boxes of these already, I'll just go over the basics when I show the cards here. This is a Kansas City Royals team card, a role reversal shortstop shortstops. Torres and Lindor go head to head. That is actually an American League highlight card. So that'll go over here. Kyle Garlick with the Dodgers, rookie card. Vince Velasquez with the Phillies. Barria with the Angels. Arias with the Twins, future star card. Derek Fisher with the Blue Jays. Montas with the Athletics. Tucker with the future stars. Kyle Seager for the Seattle Mariners. All right, Rice Hoskins with the Phillies. There we go. Luis Severino with the All-Star throwback card. And then we've got Logan Webb with the Giants rookie card, and Kyle Freeland with the Colorado Rockies. Okay, pack number 2. Alright, pack number 2, we got Toronto Blue Jays team card. James Karnachek rookie card. We've got Josh Reddick with the Astros. Martin Maldonado with the Astros. Dexter Fowler with the Cardinals. Brian Goodwin with the Angels. Chris Shaw with the Giants. Pedro Severino with the Orioles. Corey Kluber with the Rangers. Just holler at me if I'm cutting the tops of the cards off there. Dustin Pedroia with the Red Sox. Nomar Mazara with the Chicago White Sox. Oh, there we go. A Trout highlight. Significant statistics. Average distance 233 feet. I wonder if that's for like all his hits. Interesting. All right, then we got Ryan McMahon with the Colorado Rockies and Brusdar Gatteral with the Dodgers rookie card. Pack number 3. Oops. Weird how you can separate that off and have that clear little film there. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I saw somebody open a pack once and it looked like it was, I thought maybe it was taped because it looked like it had a clear film there. Now I know how it can happen. Detroit Tigers team card. Arizona Diamondbacks team card. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting and more. There's a Yandy Diaz with the Tampa Bay Rays. Sam Tuivala with the Seattle Mariners. They actually beat Cincinnati last night. I was proud of them. I think we're 4-6 though. Something like that for our record. Trey Mancini with the Orioles. Corey Seager with the Dodgers. Ronald Guzman with the Rangers. Zach Plesac with the Indians. Mike Leake with the Diamondbacks. Harold Castro with the Tigers. There we go. We got a Howie Kendrick with the Topps Now reprint cards. Ooh, 2 inserts in this pack. Charlie Blackmon with the Colorado Rockies. Go right over here there, Charlie. And James McCann with the Chicago White Sox, and Tom Eichelman, rookie card for the Baltimore Orioles. All right, pack number 4. We got the first layer down. So our next one, we're going to get the 2030 preview cards in each pack, and the next one that we open up. All right, so Isaiah Kiner Falefa with the Rangers. Alex Dickerson with the Giants. Adam Ottavino with the New York Yankees. Carter Keyboom, future star for the Nationals. JT Zook with the Toronto Blue Jays. Rookie card. Justice Sheffield with the Seattle Mariners. Paul DeJong with the St. Louis Cardinals. D. Gordon with the Seattle Mariners. Brian Reynolds with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Gold Cup card. Then we've got Kevin Kramer with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Mike Minor with the Texas Rangers. Randy Johnson for our Decade's Best card. Hall of Famer Randy Johnson. At this time, he was with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Kevin's card collecting and more. All right. And then we got Dom Nunez with the Colorado Rockies, rookie card. And Ivan Nova with the Detroit Tigers. All right. So, first 4 packs are in the books here. As we continue through this box, we just do a little bit of general maintenance here, straighten up some cards before we get into our 4-pack run of the 2030 cards. At least the first 6 boxes I opened up, that's what we found in these. So let's see if their collation effort continues. Okay. So we've got Harold Ramirez with the Miami Marlins. Dylan Betances with the New York Mets. We've got John Birdie with the Marlins rookie card. Chad Pinder with the Athletics. Marcus Simeon with the Oakland Athletics. Brent Suter with the Milwaukee Brewers. Jed Lowry with the New York Mets. We've got Scott Heineman with the Texas Rangers rookie card. We've got Danny Santana with the Texas Rangers. Mookie Betts with the Los Angeles Dodgers. We've got ourselves a rainbow foil card here for the Kansas City Royals team card. And just as predicted, our Christian Yelich with the Milwaukee Brewers 2030 insert card. I like these 2030 sparkly cards. I've got 1 complete set of these so far. I got that out of the first half of the case. So I'm hoping by the time I get through the second half of the case, I have 2 sets of those, which means it could come to an auction or sale to you one of these days. Okay, so we got Rio Ruiz with the Baltimore Orioles and Albert Pujols with the California Angels. All right, pack number 2 of our second set of 2030 cards. All right, let's go here. Kevin Gausman with the San Francisco Giants. Jordan Hicks with the St. Louis Cardinals. Jake Cave with the Minnesota Twins. Manuel Margot with the Tampa Bay Rays. We've got Kevin Cron with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Carlos Carrasco with the Cleveland Indians. Josh James with the Houston Astros. Billy McKinley with the Blue Jays. Dallas Keuchel with the White Sox. Andrew McCutchen with the Philadelphia Phillies. I see it coming up next after Marcus Stroman with the New York Mets. Juan Soto is our 3rd out of 4 2030 cards in this hobby box. Juan Soto with the Washington Nationals. Then we got Michael Taylor with the Nationals and Victor Robles with the Washington Nationals Gold Cup card. All right, pack number 3, where we'll find our 3rd 2030 insert card. All right. At least we see if we get 2 complete sets out of a case, we'll know how their collation runs with the 2030 cards. Emmanuel Clace with the Cleveland Indians rookie card. All right, Ronnie Rodriguez with the Milwaukee Brewers. Rowan Wick with the Chicago Cubs. Boom! We got the Luis Robert. Hopefully Ethan's Elvis covers and more is watching this. He's got me on a mission to see how many Luis Roberts I can find in my hobby boxes. So there we have it, another Luis Robert. Let me get this penny sleeved and top loaded here. Keep that in awesome shape. Pack fresh card, Luis Robert. Okay, so I don't know if I'll find any more, but I'll kind of keep it in the back of my mind now that the same one in pack number 3 of the second pack down. We'll see if maybe that's how I find my next Robert. I know. I think I even got gourmet breaks to say Luis Robert because that's the way I thought it was always supposed to be pronounced. And I guess he got interviewed and he said, no, it's Luis Robert. It's Luis Robert, just Luis Robert. So Kelvin Herrera with the White Sox. Tyrone Taylor with the Brewers, rookie card. Stephen Vogt with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Lucas Sims with the Cincinnati Reds. Here we go. Charlie Morton with the Tampa Bay Rays. Steven Baralt with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oops. You guys got to holler at me if I just caught myself. I saw that there. Why is this? Now maybe it's up to date there. Sorry. My two computers were out of sync. It was bothering me. Steven Baralt with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Christian Walker with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And Nolan Arenado with the Colorado Rockies. For our third of 4 2030 cards in this hobby box. Keen Wong with the San Francisco Giants rookie card. And Joey Wendell with the Tampa Bay Rays. Alright. So one more pack, and then this will be the 1/3 mark in the box here. Alright. So let's continue on and see who our last 2030 insert card is. Chris Bassett with the Athletics. Glenn Sparkman with the Kansas City Royals. Edwin Diaz with the New York Mets. Griffin Canning with the California Angels, future star. Freddie Galvis with the Reds. Will Smith with the Dodgers, Gold Cup card. Michael Kopech with the White Sox. Homer Bailey with the Minnesota Twins. Jose Abreu with the White Sox. Brandon Lowe with the Tampa Bay Rays, future star. Luke Weaver with the Diamondbacks. Boom! Cody Bellinger is our 4th and final 2030 card. Would have been nice to get in the same box the Luis Robert. But the Cody Bellinger with the Los Angeles Dodgers is our 4th and final 2030 insert. Freddie Freeman with the Atlanta Braves. And Mike Fultonwitz with the Atlanta Braves. So let me just put all these base cards. I will double check and make sure I don't have any advanced stat cards are not in the box here before I do file all those cards away. Let me straighten up my little rookie, future star, Gold Cup, American National League separation cards and move into the third stack in the box, or the third layer. I'll call it the third layer in the box. We're right on track here. I know my Seattle Mariners are going to start playing at 12:30, so I still got a little over half an hour to go, which will be fine. Justin Smoke with the Milwaukee Brewers. Ryan McBroom with the Royals, rookie card. There we go. Jake Fraley with the Seattle Mariners, rookie card. Michael Wacha with the Mets. Brandon Workman with the Boston Red Sox. Joey Gallo with the Texas Rangers. Tucker Barnhart with the Reds. Will Smith with the Braves. Nick Castellanos with the Reds. Chris Davis with the Athletics. Keston Hiura, Gold Cup with the Brewers, Gold Cup card. Warriors of the Diamond, Alex Bregman. Don't know for sure if I've got that one yet. Don't have the complete set of those yet. And then Shed Long for the Seattle Mariners. And Jurickson Profar with the San Diego Padres. All right, moving down in the box. All right. So Eric Lauer with the Milwaukee Brewers. Dowell Lugo with the Tigers. Tommy Cannell with the Yankees. Randy Dobnik with the Twins, rookie card. Martin Perez with the Red Sox. Jose Osuna with the Pirates. Gio Urshela with the Yankees. Luis Rengifo with the Angels. Steven Duggar with the Giants. Renato Nunez with the Orioles. Ryan Zimmerman with the Nationals. There we go. 85 throwback Sonny Gray with the Cincinnati Reds. Jose Altuve with the Astros. And Elvis Andrus with the Texas Rangers. All right. Moving down the box with our next pack. All right, we've got a Jake Bowers with the Cleveland Indians. Sean Newcomb with the Atlanta Braves. Cole Tucker with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Josh Stallman with the Royals, rookie card. Walker Buehler with the Dodgers. Rick Porcello with the Mets. Brandon Memo with the Mets. Ozzie Albies with the Braves. Austin Slater with the Giants. Jorge Soler with the Royals. Giancarlo Stanton with the Yankees. Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto Blue Jays, Decade's Best card. Did I put my Decade's Best there? Yeah, I did. I was wondering where the Randy Johnson went. Don't know for sure if I've got that one yet. Cole Hamels with the Braves. And Braves New World. Albies and Acuna Jr. celebrate a Braves win. All right. This will put us at the halfway mark in the box. With 3 more layers to go. All right. Hyun-Jin Ryu with the Blue Jays. Aaron Barrett with the Nationals. Lorenzo King with the Brewers. Franklin Barreto with the Athletics. Chris Taylor with the Dodgers. Jamie Barria with the Angels. Luis Arias with the Twins, Future Stars. Derek Fisher with the Blue Jays. Frankie Montas with the Athletics. Kyle Tucker, future star with the Astros. Kyle Seager just got his 200th home run last night in our Seattle Mariners win. Hit another milestone in Kyle's career. And then Shane Bieber with the American League All-Star 85 throwback. Get up there. Scott Oberg with the Rockies. And Ramiel Tapia with the Colorado Rockies. All right. So getting there, we've got just doing a little bit of housekeeping here, straighten up the stacks a little bit. All right. And moving on to layer number 4 here. Layer number 4. Trying to keep an eye on which layer I'm on and what types of hits we get in them. Wish I had a photographic memory, that's for sure. Chris Sale with the Red Sox. Robbie Ray with the Diamondbacks. Shout out to Kevin Scar collecting and more. Dakota Hudson with the Cardinals, future star. Pablo Lopez with the Marlins. Trey Mancini with the Orioles. Corey Seager with the Dodgers. Kyle Seager's brother. Ronald Guzman with the Rangers. Zach Plesac with the Indians. Mike Leake with the Diamondbacks. Harold Castro with the Tigers. Kyle Herrera with the White Sox. Ronald Acuna Jr. Home Run Challenge card. New York State of Mind. Judge Sanchez rise up during the ALCS. And Mark Melancon with the Braves. Okay. Next pack in the box. Right. Haven't seen any thick cards yet. Sheldon Noose with the Athletics rookie card. Tampa Bay Rays team card. I think on the team cards, no, not all of them. Just proved myself wrong. I thought they had checklists on the back, but not necessarily. Thought that would have been an informative thing, but I guess it's not. Mitch Miller with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Danny Mendick with the White Sox. Would have been nice to have that guy again. Lewis Robert. DJ Stewart with the Baltimore Orioles. Tony Kemp with the Athletics. Eduardo Escobar. Where's Kevin when you need him? Where's Kevin when you need him? He knew he was coming up too. Eduardo Escobar with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Xander Bogaerts with the Boston Red Sox. Jose Rodriguez with the California Angels, rookie card. Tim Lopes with the Seattle Mariners, rookie card. JT Zook with the Toronto Blue Jays, rookie card. That's 4 rookies back in a row. Ryan McBroom with the Kansas City Indians, rookie card, but it is a gold card. Our first gold card in this box, 1914 out of 2020. 1914 out of 2020. All right. Tony Walters with the Colorado Rockies. And Avisail Garcia with the Milwaukee Brewers. Okay. Moving down the box. Yep. Just wanted to make sure I still have 2 full layers on the bottom there. Didn't think I was off. Just wanted to make the double check and make sure. Ooh, I think we got a thick card. Might have got a relic or something. It says autograph or relic in every box. probably have a little disclaimer with the asterisk there saying it could be a redemption. So Matt Beattie with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Jonathan Diaz with the Rockies, rookie card. Zach Eflin with the Philadelphia Phillies. Yu Chang with the Cleveland Indians. Archie Bradley with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Let me see. I wanna. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna just leave the relic for the very bottom, and it looks like we got a rainbow foil. Martin Perez with the Boston Red Sox. Hopefully this is another good card I can add to. 444. All right. Next we have Nick Ahmed with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Eric Hosmer with the San Diego Padres. Back-to-back Kevin's card collecting and more cards. His San Diego Padres and his Arizona Diamondbacks. Blake Snell with the Tampa Bay Rays. Austin Hayes with the Baltimore Orioles. Ryan O'Hearn with the Kansas City Royals. Getting closer. Boom. Let's see, I got this one upside down. I can tell that right now. All right, so let's see who we've got here. Let's do a reveal on this black border. Anybody know who that might be? I don't recognize the face off the top of my head. I think maybe it might be an... no, it's a relic. Nice. Wilson Contreras All-Star black border, which makes it 97 out of 199 of the Chicago Cubbies. Let me set that right there for now. Hold on. And then Ryan O'Hearn, of course, with the Royals goes there. Let me get this one penny sleeved up. I don't need a super thick, but I do need a slightly thicker. This one will probably work. It's not a super thick relic card, but a relic nonetheless. There we go. So a Wilson Contreras black border catcher for the Chicago Cubs. That is nice blue color in his uniform there. That is awesome. Number 97 out of 199. That's a nice card there. Let me put that one right in front of the 85 so we know where. So we got our one autograph or relic out of the box. So let's see. That was this stack here. So I'll have to see if I can remember past the halfway mark. Left corner. Third from the bottom. Sorry, I'm just formulating where all these hits are in the boxes. So without further ado, let's get into our next. So this will put us 2/3 of the way through the box. For those that watch the replay and have been following me opening up these boxes, you will know exactly what's going on. I think probably for this case, what I might do is have a 12-part video series of me going through the entire case. I could do video clips and put it all together into one big video, but who's going to go through a case card by card? All right, Darwinzon Hernandez with the Red Sox. Miami Marlins team card. Joe Jimenez with the Tigers. Joe Ross with the Washington Nationals. They should put a hot box in. A hobby hot box. That's what they should do out of a case. They should have one hobby hot box. with the Nationals there. That would be cool to open up a hobby box that's a hot box. You guaranteed hits in every pack. Marcus Semien with the Oakland Athletics. Rice Hoskins with the Philadelphia Phillies. Brent Suter with the Milwaukee Brewers. Jed Lowry with the Mets. Scott Heineman, rookie card for the Rangers. Danny Santana with the Rangers. Mookie Betts with the Dodgers. Boom, we got a black border. Black border Cam Gallagher with the Kansas City Royals. That's got to be a short print. Yes, it is. That is a 64 out of 69. So that is that's a variation, because if you see on the bottom here, it is a 99, which is your base card, but it is a base variation. So cool nonetheless there. Right, cool one there. I kind of do this upside down and backwards for a reason there, for my card sorting process. Okay, I'll probably be explaining that to somebody that comes by to visit next week, but a forthcoming announcement will come if it transpires. But nice 64 out of 69 black Cam Gallagher with the Kansas City Royals. I'm going to put him right behind the Lewis Robert for now. There. You can kind of see the Cam Gallagher in the back there. Gio Gonzalez with the White Sox, and Colton Wong with the St. Louis Cardinals. All right, that is 2/3 of the way through the box now. I'm going to go ahead and put pack number 2 right here. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can get both my base stacks here for now, just so that you guys can see them. I'm not trying to hide stuff. There we go. Oh, wow. Well, that just means there was probably like more rookies there. I was saying the stack's a little bit uneven, but plus when we got that relic, it might have had less cards in the pack. I didn't really I don't really count the cards that much in the pack. If you get a good hit, you don't mind getting a few less cards. All right. So this is our next. We got something a little bit different in here. Oh, it might be a chrome card. Chicago White Sox team card. Let me put the rookies over here. Seattle Mariners team card. Got our my Seattle Mariners team card. Yoenis Cespedes with the Mets. Daniel Norris with the Tigers. Tyrone Taylor with the Brewers rookie card. Stephen Vogt with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Lucas Sims with the Cincinnati Reds. Charlie Morton with the Rays. Steve Baralt with the Pirates. Christian Walker with the Diamondbacks. Walker Buehler with the Dodgers. Andrew McCutchen, 85 throwback. All right. Put you right behind Wilson Contreras here, buddy. And then Howie Kendrick with the Nationals. And Miguel Rojas with the Miami Marlins. All right. Next to the last layer. Next to the last layer, so you know which stack we're on. We got Colorado Rockies team card. And Andrelton Simmons with the Angels. Francisco Mejia with the Padres. David Robertson with the Phillies. Justice Sheffield with the Mariners. Paul DeJong with the Cardinals. D. Gordon with the Seattle Mariners. Brian Reynolds, Pittsburgh Pirates, Gold Cup card. Kevin Kramer with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Mike Minor with the Rangers. Freddie Galvis with the Reds. Goose Gossage with the New York Yankees. Decade's Best card. Where did I put those? No, Decade's Best are in this rack here. Jose Trevino with the Rangers. And Tom Murphy with the Seattle Mariners. We have not seen the Kyle Lewis rookie card yet. Kyle, not Cal. Kyle Lewis. All right. Pretty soon we will be on that final layer there, and then we will find our short print. Maybe it'll be another Hall of Famer short print. That would be cool. I think we got another 85 throwback here. All right. So we got Nick Anderson with the Tampa Bay Rays. Gold Cup card. Johan Camargo with the Braves. Carlos Martinez with the Cardinals. Jeff Mathias with the Texas Rangers. Ian Happ with the Chicago Cubs. Miguel Andujar with the Yankees. Jonathan Shoup with the Tigers. Eri Adrianza with the Twins. Wade Miley with the Reds. Wilson Contreras with the Cubs. Elvis Luciano with the Blue Jays. Rod Carew, American League All-Star first baseman for the Cleveland Indians. Did the Cleveland Indians? Who did he play with? No, the Minnesota Twins. TC. It's the TC there. I see what it is. That's right. Why did I think that? Travis Arnaud with the Atlanta Braves. And last but not least, Steve Wilkerson with the Baltimore Orioles. All right. Last pack on the fifth stack, getting into the sixth and final layer here. And I gotta keep reminding myself not to forget the Mojo pack. Okay. Manny Pena with the Brewers. Joe Musgrove with the Pirates. Tyler Mahle with the Reds. Ryan Baruki with the Toronto Blue Jays. Brandon Workman with the Boston Red Sox. Joey Gallo with the Rangers. Tucker Barnhart with the Reds. Nick Castellanos with the Reds. Will Smith with the Braves. Chris Davis with the Athletics. Keston Hiura, Gold Cup card. Warriors of the Diamond, Eddie Matthews, Hall of Famer, with a WAR of 8.3. And Kwang Hyun with the Cardinals, rookie card. Oops, I had two cards there. Sorry. Ronaldo Lopez. That's why I kind of felt a little strange. I thought it was thick. I thought for some reason that one was thick. But moving on to the bottom stack here. Remember, this pack here should have the short print. That pack there should have the short print. We'll see if it's true. That way, if you do want to pack search a brand new open box, what I would do if I found this out and I was selling stuff in a local card shop, I would open up the box and mix up all the packs and put them all back in there. That way it wouldn't be the second layer down. You're going to get your 2030. Your bottom one right here, you're going to get your short print. But if you happen to be in a hobby box or a local card shop and they open up a fresh box, just get the second layer if you want those, and then reach the bottom pack on the upper left stack, and you'll have 5 good packs. You'll get all 4 2030 cards, and you'll get a short print card. Chris Bryant with the Chicago Cubs. Robert Duggar with the Marlins, rookie card. Tanner Roark with the Blue Jays. Jordan Luplow with the Indians. Rick Porcello with the Mets. Brandon Memo with the Mets. Ozzie Albies with the Braves. Austin Slater with the Giants. Jorge Soler with the Royals. Giancarlo Stanton with the Yankees. We've got our Archie Bradley with the Diamondbacks. We've got, our second gold card, Marcus Stroman with the New York Mets. And the number is 1621 out of 2020. 1621 out of 2020. All right. Danny Jansen with the Toronto Blue Jays and Spencer Turnbull with the Tigers. All right. Next to last, two more packs to go after this one. I'll be finishing up pretty close to start of the baseball game. All right, Josh Hader with the Brewers. John Means with the Orioles Gold Cup card. Mike Zunino with the Tampa Bay Rays. Keon Keala with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Will Smith with the Dodgers Gold Cup card. Michael Kopech with the White Sox. Omer Bailey with the Twins. Jose Abreu with the White Sox. Brandon Lowe with the Tampa Bay Rays, future star. Luke Weaver with the Diamondbacks. Chris Taylor with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Boom, Warriors of the Diamonds, Sandy Koufax. Awesome card, War of 10.7. All right, Steven Strasburg with the Nationals and Charlie Blackmon with the Rockies. All right, you guys ready to see the short print in the hobby box here? I know I am. I'd like to get a super awesome short print. A super awesome short. I'd like to get an SSP, or get the triple SSP. That's weird because this one kind of feels heavier, but it's probably just my imagination. But that would be just awesome. But let's see what we get for a short print. Doesn't look anything out of the ordinary here. It just felt like it might have been a thicker pack, heavier pack. Pittsburgh Pirates team card. All right, Southside Swag. Jimenez and Anderson celebrate a home run with the White Sox. All right. Then we've got Nick Wittgren with the Indians. Yan Gomes with the Nationals. Jake Odorizzi with the Minnesota Twins. Kevin Kiermaier with the Tampa Bay Rays. Tyler Chatwood with the Chicago Cubs. Garrett Stubbs with the Houston Astros rookie card. Yu Darvish with the Chicago Cubs. Ender Incarte with the Atlanta Braves. Maikel Franco with the Kansas City Royals. There we go. I had a feeling it was next. Here comes our short print card. Let's see. Elvis Andrus with the Texas Rangers. Elvis Andrus with our Texas. Oh, there we go. Let's finish these off. Dylan Bundy with the Angels and Eugenio Suarez. But Elvis Andrus with the Texas Rangers. Because it's a short print, they even forego the inaugural season type stamp. That one is a 115, which is just a SP. But it is nice that they put it in there backwards. They put it in there backwards. Okay, get this in the top loader here. That's the SSSP short print. Alright, put the short print back here too. Keep those all together, so I'll go over that in just a minute here. Go over all of our insert cards pretty much here, but then I will double check and go through and make sure I didn't miss any advanced stat cards there, because they are also, well, they're short prints, but you won't notice it until you look to the back of the card to know if it's a short print or not. But last pack, outside of, let me put this in the box, because last time I forgot to open up the Mojo pack. You put it in there so I know I still have another pack to go inside the box. Okay, so last pack, Matt. Oh my word, we got a hit. We got a bonus hit. That is a thick, I wonder if it's one of those draft pick cards. Oh my word, if it could only be the one I want it to be. One of two, actually. Oh my word, we actually got a big hit in the hobby box. So we already did get the relic. This is no doubt, I'm thinking it's a manufactured, and it's not the it's not a medallion, that's for sure. So Marcell Ozuna with the Atlanta Braves. Let me see, I'm gonna pull these two from the bottom, so it'll leave as our very last card in the case will be our last hit of the hobby box, besides the Mojos. I'd like to get a bonus Mojo in here, not a bonus, but a short print Mojo. Colby Allard with the Texas Rangers. All right, Clint Frazier with the New York Yankees. Michael Lorenzen with the Cincinnati Reds. Boy, these ones go flippy floppy, huh? Lou Trevino with the Oakland A's. And I think this might be, is there one? Nope, I think this is it. So James Marvell with the Pittsburgh Pirates rookie card. And let's see what we got here. Ooh, it's a commemorative jersey sleeve patch. San Francisco Giants. Boom, I like that. That is nice. 60th anniversary of the San Francisco Giants. Evan Longoria. Evan Longoria. That is a cool looking card. A nice hit, that's for sure. Evan Longoria with the San Francisco Giants. You have just received a commemorative jumbo jersey sleeve patch card from 2020 Topps Baseball Series 2. Alright, let me get a I think I got one of these thicker penny sleeves. I gotta get a larger top loader. Oh wait, let me see if this one will fit. Oh, alright, I did drop the card. There we go. Happen to have one handy in my box off to the side here. Evan Longoria. That is cool. Alright. So now all we got left really are the Mojo packs here. Or the Mojo pack. So let me put these base cards in the box here. I will do my secondary sort before I put them into my base card count box. I do one more sort process, make sure I don't miss any short print or variation cards out of the box. So let me just set all these in here. I don't even know if there's anybody else hanging out with me here now. I think everybody's gone. That's okay. That is okay. And then let me put all these base rookies down here. And we will go through and finish off the sort process for this box. Alright, so these are all my base cards. These are all my rookies, Gold Cup cards, future stars. But we've got one more pack to go. The 4 trading cards. 2020 Series 2 Hobby Exclusive Mojo cards from the Mojo packs. Okay. At least it's nice they do put one of those cards in there so you can do your reveals. Oh my word. What was I saying earlier? I hope I can get the Luis Robert, right? Guess what I got here in the very top mojo. Boom, 88, Luis Robert, mojo. Boom, boom, boom. So, let me sleeve this guy up here. Put this one in a top loader because I don't know if my interested buyer wants the mojos or not. He probably just wants the base. He's just collecting the bases as far as I know. Probably trying to fulfill his inventory of bases. But I will put that Luis Robert there right behind the base. How's that sound for now? Probably if the other ones are normal ones, we'll just put them right over here with the 2030s. Let's see who we got for our second one. Be nice if I could get now Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis, that's who I want to get. Kyle Lewis. I don't know for sure who that is. I know that's not a Mariner uniform, that's for sure. Another rookie card for the San Francisco. Jalen Davis. Jalen Davis is our third mojo card with the San Francisco Giants. All right, put Jalen Davis. So far that's 2 rookie cards. The Luis Robert and the Jalen Davis. Come on, can I get some Kyle Lewis superstarness here? This one's a Houston Astro. Oh, we know who that one is. Jose Urquidy. Another rookie card. So 3 mojo rookie cards. And let's see who our final winner is in the mojo pack. Out of Boston? No, Detroit Tigers. And the winner is Jake Rogers. So 4 rookie cards for our mojo cards, that's for sure. 4 rookie mojos. Rookie mojos. Put the other rookie mojo out here, the Luis Robert. I don't even know if Kyle Lewis is in the mojo packs. Probably is, but he might not be. I don't know for sure. All right, so there we have it. Our opening of our 2020 Series 2 Hobby Box number 7 out of 12 out of the case. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. Tomorrow we will have our Hall of Fame Friday. Tomorrow will be our Hall of Fame Friday, and tomorrow's inductees for our Hall of Fame Friday. Give you a little sneak peek preview here. Make sure I'm giving you the right ones. For tomorrow is going to be 1953. We will have 8 Hall of Famers tomorrow. We're going to have Ed Barrow, an executive, Chief Bender, a pitcher for Philadelphia, Tom Connolly, an umpire, Dizzy Dean with the Cardinals, a pitcher, Bill Clem, an umpire from back in the day, Al Simmons with Philadelphia, left fielder, Bobby Wallace, St. Louis Browns shortstop, and Harry Wright, Philadelphia Phillies executive, are going to be our Hall of Famers for tomorrow. So let me go ahead and finish things off for us today. Turn the camera around. Say a quick good day and have a wonderful time today. Thank you for those that might have stuck with me, but if you haven't, that's fine. I know some people just let it play in the background. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and reverse the camera, say my signature goodbye to myself probably, but that's okay. This has been Donald Blondahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles, having been live to you from Arlington, Washington, with another episode of Team History for Thursday of the Cincinnati Reds. And we'll be signing off for now. We will see you tomorrow morning, same bat time, same bat channel, for our Hall of Fame Fridays, and we'll see what level we get up for viewership on our Friday to see if we either open up a hanger box, a blaster box, or hobby box number 8. All right, have a great and wonderful day, and we'll see you all around the channels. Bye for now.